Recently, I hiked to Rainbow Mountain in Peru. It was one of the most amazing hikes I've done in a while, and I want to share some clips of it with you and talk about how it went. This is the parking lot where the buses arrive. It started with a 3-hour bus ride from Cusco, Peru up to here, and the road was pretty treacherous, but luckily we had some good bus drivers. This is the beginning of the hike. The incline was not too steep or anything until the very end, and it was pretty manageable. There were also horses that you could take. As you can see, someone from our tour group taking one here. They cost 50 soles, or about $12 US, and they won't get you all the way to the top, but they will get you pretty close and save you a lot of time and energy if that's something that you're interested in. Also ran into these cool guys on the way up. There are a lot of alpacas on this trail and in Peru in general. They're all really chill and calm animals, and it's always nice to see them. As you can see here, there's snow right at the level we're walking at, and that's because this hike starts at 15,500 feet of elevation and ends at around 16,500 feet. The elevation is definitely the most difficult part of this hike, and it is strongly recommended that you do some acclimatization to the elevation in Cusco for at least a few days before attempting this hike, because if you don't, you can experience severe elevation sickness, which can give you bad headaches and even vomiting. If you took a horse from the beginning, this is where they'll drop you off, and this is also a cool area with a couple of little shops and restrooms that cost 1 sole. The reason the horses drop you off here is because it gets very steep after this point and is where most of the elevation gain occurs. You can see people off in the distance here at the highest point, and the last part of this hike is where I really started to feel the effects of the elevation. I would say the last 20% were harder than the first 80%. Also, our tour guide reminded us to bring hat and mittens, which I'm thankful he did, because when you're up this high, the weather can change very rapidly and went from being hot and sunny to snowing/hailing very, very quickly. Here are some pictures I took while at the top. You can see some of those snow-capped Andes Mountains in the background. And this is the sign of the official highest elevation at 5,036 meters. My Snapchat had me around that 16,500 feet mark. The views at the top were truly breathtaking, and not just because of the elevation. Ran into a couple more groups of alpacas, and of course I had to take some pictures with them. There were also a couple of hawks flying around at the top, which is very cool to see. A couple of fun facts about Rainbow Mountain. The colors actually came from iron sulfide, rust, and other minerals in the soil mixing with melting ice. Also, nobody knew that these mountains were actually rainbow colored until 2015 because they were always covered with snow. But due to climate change, the snow melted over time and revealed these beautiful rainbow colors that we can see now. And now it's time to walk back down to the bus. My Strava had me at around a 4-mile round trip, but that's mostly because I forgot to start it until far into the hike. The official All Trails site has it at a 6.2-mile round trip. Overall, I highly recommend this hike. It has some of the most beautiful views I've ever seen, but make sure you prepare for the elevation, bring your coca leaves or candy with you, sunscreen, and warm weather clothes. If you found this video helpful in any way, please consider commenting, and subscribing, and thank you for watching.